What up, players? It's WarbossTae up in this mug. Welcome to day one of my boot camp for the WarbossTae blank painting challenge. Blank because it's whenever you want it to be. And for me, it's going to be a May painting challenge this year. So here we go. This is what I was able to get done today. It's actually been in the works for a while. It's one of two Tau vehicles, and the client requested I do an urban camo scheme with like heavy weathering on the bottom. And for these guys, I'm going to do like little Looney Tunes cartoon faces on the missiles. And they're really going to go with the client's Party Girl Chaos Space Marines, which some of you may remember from last year. So in order to kind of, I guess, mark them out, the client requested, and I think it was a great idea, to do some purple panels, which is what I'm doing. You might remember the Chaos Space Marines that the client wanted. They're called the Party Girls, and they are this very dark purple black color scheme. And so I'm going to mark out these vehicles as if they've been taken and kind of repurposed. So the front nose plate, the side door here, the front of the vents on the sides. And after I'm done with this, I'm going to move on to the metallics. I'm probably going to add some silver and try to do the Looney Tunes faces on the missiles, and then hit it up with the weathering powder because, yeah, the client made sure to kind of emphasize that he really wants these to be very, very weathered. They're going to get some marks and decals. One of them is going to get wash me. I'm going to see if I can put, like, you know, when they write in with their fingers, and another one is going to get WarbossTae was here written on the hull, kind of smeared in. And then we're going to do some, like, extra bright marking lights and some really, really cool effects. I've been trying to get my head wrapped around using an airbrush to do camouflage, which is why these models have taken me longer than I would have liked. But I'm really kind of honing in my technique, wanting these lines to be really sharp and clean, and I'm pretty happy with what I was able to come up with. So stay tuned for these guys, because this is going to be my goal for the week. Finish these hammerheads, or the one hammerhead and one sky ray. This is the hammerhead. I had it already painted up to a certain level. I didn't really like the way the camo came out. The shard camouflage looked a little too, gosh, what's the word? Like busy. It looked a little too busy. It looked like too crazy. So I went back and I'm kind of doing it over. You can kind of see I've got like 2-3 layers of masking tape down on it already. And gosh, I love working with it. I need to get a better airbrush. That's going to be one of my goals. Invest in a better compressor, because the airbrush that I have is fantastic. It's a Badger Chrome, I believe, and it is so good, but the compressor that I have is not doing it justice. So I love working on these models. I love doing these vehicles, and I want to do them right, which is why I can't wait to get back into it. And you'll see tomorrow what I have for that. This is another project that I'm working on currently. It's the Strelex from Cyborg, the dwarf Strelex. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I found out that thanks to one of my subscribers that it means shooter in Russian. So they look great. I love their hats. I'm going to have so much fun painting them up. They are going with these guys. You might remember my Wild Warrior unboxings. This is the first one. Take a look at the gold. The gold paints that I'm using are a new... I'm experimenting with these new gold paints from a recommendation that a good buddy of mine, Mark, that I kind of have met through Facebook, and because we kind of are in the same area, it was like, hey, you should try out these gold paints. So actually I asked him, like, wow, how did you get this gold effect on his models? And he said that these were the ones he used. So thank you, Mark, for recommending them to me. You're awesome. And yeah, this is all I have for my day one. My commitment for the end of the week for boot camp, the next 5 days, is going to be finish those Tau vehicles completely. And now here's a little look at San Mateo, where I am. Enjoy!